Okay, so we have a few new issues to go over that have come in since our previous meeting. I believe the first one is VOL 498, XPON test failing. As we wanted to take a look at this one and determine next steps for that and see if it belongs in this sprint or if it's later out. So this was opened a couple days ago, and I think we have it. It's unassigned currently. And I don't believe there are any comments on it yet, but I will double check here. Right, so no new comments yet. Do we have anyone with background on this, or has anyone else on the call taken a look at it?
Okay. Which team usually maintain updating the XPON test failing? Is that failing on the okay, I'm just wondering, on the PONSIM or is actually, is something not working with the PONSIM, or is actually some testing against XPON functionality? What's that? Tim, is that you? Who reported? That's Ken reported this.
Yes, I was looking to see how it's called. So, do we have anyone who has, I think someone is on hold. There we go, thank you. Do we have anyone who can speak to this issue? It's reported, I think, on the Sienna side.
So that's I would assume Nokia probably have some idea, right? Is everybody on?
Yeah, Steve and Michelle.
Okay. And Girish, Satish, Philip.
Sarisha sent an email that she was not able to attend today, and so I don't think we're going to get much response from. I don't see anyone else from. Is there anyone else from Nokia on the call?
So I think we may not be able to make any progress on this right now. It's currently listed with a medium priority as it was opened. So my expectation is that this one likely is not going to go into sprint 1. So we may have to defer this. Do you think we should ping Sarisha to see if she can take a look at this one or assign someone to? Okay, I'm hearing nothing, so maybe we will talk about that one next week, see if we have the right audience on and see if we can get some updates offline. We may end up in the same situation here for 499. So XPON dispatcher test failing. So I'll just ask on this one. I think I know the answer, but is there anyone who can speak to this one today?
These probably look like XPON tests.
Yes.
Failing, and the fact they weren't set pretty high by Ken, probably just I think Nokia will probably pick those up and look at them
Okay.
for XPON. I think there was some, I did see a commit back that Nokia had. They were adjusting the XPON test, so I don't know if this is something new that wasn't shown up in there or what, but I think we should just be deferred for now.
Okay.
Until we can have Nokia speak.
That sounds good. Thanks, Kim. And then the next one I think is related to one of the issues we talked about last week. So this one is a new task. Allow adapters to include the OLT MAC address as part of the logical device ID and the data path ID. I believe, I was thinking there, oh, this shows as merged.
Yeah, I think there may have been. I was trying to look at at Garrett here in parallel, and it looks like maybe that one had a fix already for it and was merged in. Not, yeah, which one? 6. Yeah, yeah, the header of that one. Yeah, I guess it did mention the Vol 500 in it. Yeah, that header is a little bit different. That 6330, 6322.
Mm-hmm.
That probably should be Vol 500, but apparently it mentioned it inside the commit, so it showed up here. But anyway, this one's resolved.
Okay, so should we close this one out as done? Or let the assignee close it out?
I think Scrum Master should ping.
Okay, I will do that.
Ping Ken, and yeah, they've got to update the status on these, so we don't have to review them every week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will do that offline. So let's move on to 501. So 501, exception store ID being none when node does not have a valid store yet. Okay.
It's in progress. Somebody picked it up.
And this one shows as merged as well.
Yeah, that was another.
And Sarisha did add an update to this. Already merged. Ken is requesting logs. Okay. So we do have that update from Sarisha today on this one. So I think we will move on to 502. 502, DGI alarm and subscriber terminal alarms bug fix.
Yeah, this one is, I scroll it, I think it's probably merged. It's not showing up on Garrett.
Yeah.
Yeah, Garrett, it must run a job or so. I think about this time of day, it clears them out and puts them all back in. So, but that one
this one we think is merged as well. And
I'm checking 502. Yeah. 502. Yeah, that's fixed.
Okay.
These were bug fixes. They didn't have tracking JIRAs for it, so those got put in.
Okay, got it.
A couple days ago. So, and those were all on adapter side.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then 503 is one I think we talked about yesterday on the adapter side. So I think that's it for the new issues. Any other ones here that we need to talk about before going over to look at the status for the Sprint 1 issues? Okay, so going over to Sprint 1. So just checking to see where we are on, let's check on 475, since I know we're waiting for that to tag 1.1.0. Let's see. Okay, 497, I think that was closed out. Do we have any updates on this one today? Or do we think this one will get closed out?
Okay, last where it was, I think David had some progress on honing down to the versions that we need. We have a commit that's pending to lock these versions down, and it was just David getting some time to verify this one.
Okay.
Hello? Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, good.
There you are.
I was talking and my mic wasn't working. Yeah. I plus one to bump up the masters. So in the master branch, we'll have the proper version. I don't know if that ever got merged.
Yes, it got merged.
This
it's
one
in there.
Okay, that one great. This one, I still think I dig into it. I'm concerned. I made a comment about that, about commits made on the branch that haven't been merged to the master. I need to dig in a little bit more. I'm concerned that there are bug fixes in one and not in the other, and that is going to need to be resolved before this gets bumped.
Yes, I see that in there from yesterday, or from Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one's still in progress. Do we think this is going to be completed, along the same lines as the Sprint 1 timeline?
I think it has to be, yeah. So let's leave it in there.
Okay. Because if not, we'd need to kind of go and relook at stuff, I figured. Yep. Okay, so 434 is closed.
Wait a minute. Julie, just a second. Before we move off of that one, okay, it kind of encompasses VOLTA 1.1. There's about 13 commits on VOLTA master, that some of those may need to get into 1.1. So that means a cherry pick of whatever we want to have those into 1.1, because the branch was created some time ago. It was created, the 1.1 maintenance branch was created back on the 29th. So it hasn't picked up a lot of these recent commits. So I don't know if that needs to be a separate kind of a scrub or something where we say, okay, this is what's got to go in there. So, or maybe what I can do is I can just post a vote to discuss the commits that are on master that are candidates for 1.1. I think almost all of them are. So they may need to be cherry picked to the branch.
Okay.
Well, to actually get them in there, because once this 475 gets resolved, then we need to make sure we have the rest of the stuff that that goes with it. So
yes.
Yeah, I agree. Bug fixes, and that's my concern. Bug fixes went into master and didn't get put in the 1.1 branch. So the 1.1 branch is going to go with bugs, or we got to get those cherry picked.
David, I thought your previous comment was referring to ONOS app versions, back over in the ONOS repos like AAA or
it is
HCP or yeah. So,
I think I've seen that as well. The bug fixes on master there.
Yes. So basically, the latest code is probably in good shape. But if we want these, these release branches, locked down, then we have to, put the effort into actually doing that. And I've been, kind of, on the, working in the role of kind of that release master a little bit, making sure that the branches are created, and so far David and I have been working on the ONOS apps, make sure those app versions get in there right. But we do need to get cooperation on getting things cherry picked over, because really the cherry picks ought to involve the developer. The developer that put that change in master probably needs to cherry pick it to the branch themselves and actually, do a test and make sure that, the functionality is there. It's just kind of a smoke test. And I think that's how Cord does it in general. The developers are responsible to cherry pick the change to the branch.
Yes.
But we do have to have some formality around actually which ones go, because that's important for the release maintenance. So, Julie, that might be just a separate things that can be handled by email. I don't think we have.
Yeah, I think so.
Everybody on there. It's just say, okay, here's what needs to be done, and it's easy to pull, a list of the commits of the candidates and find out who was the author, and have the authors put them over there. Okay, and I'll take that action to, I'll put that out later today. The commits that are there that are candidates that I think need to go in there based on how they're marked in JIRA.
Okay. That sounds good. Thank you very much. So I'm putting it here. I don't know if this comment necessarily belongs here, but for now, it seems like I can at least capture it on this one if no one minds.
Yeah, that's
related.
We'll see it in the emails, and I'll pull it up for the record.
Great.
Okay.
So thank you for that. Anything else we need to discuss related to that and to eventually being able to tag 1.1.0? Okay, then let's go on 454. I do not see an update on this one. Let's see. Unless I'm just not seeing it correctly here. Let me go over to here. 454.
Okay.
Do we? Okay. And I think we don't have. I know we don't have Sarisha on here, so okay. We'll check on the status for that one offline.
Yep.
450. Oops, I'm on my wrong screen here. Let me go back to. Okay, so 435 NP and OLT app when port status changes and gets deleted. And let me see if we have
this one was merged for some reason.
Let me go. Okay, so here's we have an update here with it's got the Garrett. Let me go 435. It's not showing as merged here.
Okay, it's been +1 for
+1.
So I mean, that's. Can we click on the Garrett? Look at the Garrett. Likely, based on that comment, I guess it's just ready to get reviewed and merged. Emit +1 did.
Yeah.
So this just needs a second +2 and a merge, I think. Okay.
Okay. And then 406.
This is waiting for review. Yeah.
Okay. And do we need to ping anyone on that?
Let me look who's on the review on that. I just need to put some names on the review, probably, if they're not there already.
Okay. 473. And let me go look at it on the other screen. 73. Okay. It looks like it's been +1 as well. And verified. Okay.
You sent me a, well, I'm trying to figure out how the best to capture which ones have already been +1 and just need a +2 and a merge.
Okay. So let me try, why don't I put that in with the meeting minutes?
Okay, that'd be great, thank you.
Making a note to myself here. Okay. As it looks like several of them are pretty close. And then let me go back to the other screen. .463. And this was related to Chameleon. We've got a prototype, and let's see.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I need to. Was that the one? Yeah.
This is Chameleon, not used by VOLTHA, but still in repo manifest and being built.
Right. I think. Yeah, we already talked about that one. Scroll it a little bit. What's the last comment?
Last comment is you've got a prototype fix in Garrett.
Right. Yeah. So this is just work to be done. Didn't we do this on Tuesday? That this was. Is it in the sprint? Did this one get put in the sprint?
It is still in the sprint. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so I think we were looking on whether that was realistic or not.
Yeah, and I thought we said that it was. We'll try to get it pulled out.
Yeah. Okay. And then the next open one, 408. All external software versions should be nailed down. And let's see. I don't see an update here. Let me go look out at the other screen. I don't know if Sergio on?
I am.
Do we have an update on this one? On 408?
That one's not done yet, but one of my actions from last time has been completed. There's two still outstanding, which is that one and the open port.
And do we think it's still on track for completion by the end of next week for Sprint 1?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it can probably be done by the end of Sprint 1.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Whoops. You know what? I went. Make sure I'm on the right one here. Okay. And 424. And this is iTest for XPON, TCONT, and Gemport. And Chip, do we have Chip on today?
Yes, I am. I'm here.
There you are.
Yeah.
Do we have an update on this one?
Oh, no, I'm not going to be able to address it until late next week.
Okay, but late next week, still possibly in time for Sprint 1, or do we need to reconsider?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll try to get in, and it's a fairly simple fix. I just have to get down and test.
Yeah, understood. Okay. Yeah. And 276 OF agent and OMCI unit tests failing, and that one we got confirmation it would be closed this sprint. And then 474, U-test for VOL 470 support VNet as OpenFlow port, or the changes for that are under test. It was expected to be pushed this week, so that is still, let me go look on the other one, make sure I can't see anything else. $474. Okay, so nothing new on this one, but it's still in progress, and I think they're still expecting that to go in. Okay. 491, and we've got an update from Sarisha, and 491 is the lead of owning a device should not be allowed either in CLI or curl since it's one-to-one with the ONT ANI. And Ken had requested that this question go to the VOLTHA Discuss group, and it is on there. I have seen it, but currently there have not been any responses. So if we could get some responses from the community so we can determine the path forward on this one, that would be helpful. So I do know I did see that question out there from her earlier. And we'll discuss somewhere I saw it. All of a sudden I'm not finding it. I did see it on there earlier there. Oh, here we go. There we go. So here's the VOLTHA discuss topic from Sarisha on this. So if we could get some responses to that to help guide the path forward so they can resolve the issue, that would be helpful. Okay, and let me go back to the sprint one. 308, this is, okay, we've got some adapter ones here. So we have 3 adapter issues that were brought in on yesterday's adapter call and pulled into sprint 1. So we won't go over those now, but I'll just quickly go over which ones they are. 308. So this is the adapter and driver modified to support NI-LOS alarm. And then also to fetch PON interface stats and to report ONU dying gasp alarm. And actually the last one is an adapter one as well, implement OLT reboot operation. So yeah, that was recently, that was added yesterday after the call, I think.
Yeah, and that one is it showing up with the Garrett review on the JIRA? That one should be in there.
Let me try finding on the other screen. 503. No, it's not popping up yet.
Yeah.
It's probably just the timing.
It's already been updated and merged. That was the addition that we needed to be able to reboot OLT H-core in lieu of having some of that that redfish, that Vol 248 epic in there. This was short-term fix, so it just committed that one. So that one is going to close. Can you pull up the previous list again that you had with those? Right. And I just needed to get a confirmation how much of, I think some of those are already in there on 306 and Vol 307. Yeah, so those were candidates to, I just needed to confirm whether that that functionality actually is in there right now. So I'll take the action and get those updated today.
Okay. All right, so I think that's where we are with what's currently scoped in for Sprint 1. We have a few new items that were added in on the adapter side, and then we've got everything else is still in the backlog at this point. If there are cycles, of course, people are welcome to pull from the backlog if they've completed the work in Sprint 1 and bring new issues in, time permitting, but we do have a target to close out this first sprint at the end of next week on the 20th. So are there other issues then, since we've kind of gotten the quick status on the items in the sprint, are there other topics or issues that we need to look at in detail today since we've got some time left for a change? All right, I am not hearing anything, so it looks like I can give you some time back for today. And then, as issues get closed out or significant progress made, please get updates into JIRA. And then also, if that one issue that we talked about for the discussion board, that Sarisha was looking for some feedback, if people could take a look at that. And then I think right now, Sean, it looks like we're on track. Hopefully you and Tim have the same sense that I do here. And so I think lots of work is going on in the background in the midst of a busy time for everyone. So thank you, everyone. I will go ahead and stop the recording.